We are live here from Garden Grove High School, Michael Mansour Memorial Stadium, the setting for tonight's old school classic, Old Garden Grove League matchup. Pacifica Mariners visiting the Garden Grove Argonauts. These two teams have not faced off since 2017. That game, a Pacifica victory. Actually, Pacifica took the victory in 2016 as well, but from 2012 to 2015, the Argonauts were victorious in this series in 2010, 2011. The games belong to the Mariners. So if you're tallying it up, if you're doing the math, these two teams have split the series since 2010 at 4 games apiece. I am David Mora, and you are tuned in to High School Football Friday on a Thursday right here on Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics YouTube. I am excited for this one. I actually had this one circled way back in May, March, whenever I realized these two teams were playing each other. I was on the sideline for 4 of these games in the mid-2010s. 2 victories for Pacifica, 2 losses for Garden Grove, but awesome games nonetheless. These two teams, they're crosstown rivals. You go up Lamson right here, which is right behind our stadium here where the bleachers are that you see on the screen. Lamson's just a few hundred feet away from there. You go down Lamson a few miles and you're at Pacifica. A lot of these kids, a lot of these players, they might know each other. A lot of these teachers, some of them might have taught at Pacifica or taught in the West Grove area. It's very much a community game. Do they know the real meaning behind this game? Maybe not. It's been a few years since they've played each other, but league rivals nonetheless. These are 2 of the most storied programs in the Garden Grove Unified School District. They now play in different leagues, but they have won a combined 33 Garden Grove League titles. 17 for Pacifica, 16 for Garden Grove, and there were 2 times where they actually shared the league title. Now, Pacifica won the league title 8 years in a row from 1972 to 1979, and of course, Garden Grove won 6 years in a row from 2012 to 2017 when they left the Garden Grove League for the Golden West Conference. Now, if we're going to sit here and we're going to be truthful, there may be no team in the Garden Grove Unified School District that benefited from Pacifica moving to the Empire League than Garden Grove. Now, I say that, but there is an asterisk there. They've split the series since 2010, so maybe a lot more even than people would think. But I love to see these two teams playing. I love to see these old rivalries that we don't get to see. Would love to see Rancho and Pacifica get together again. Would love to see Garden Grove and Rancho kind of get together again. But nevertheless, we are here tonight, Michael Mansour Stadium, so let's get into it. Let's take a look at both of these teams, and let's see what they bring to the table if I can get my graphics up really quick. So here we go about the schools. Now, Pacifica opened up in 1965. Their mascot, the Mariners, of course, located in Garden Grove, California. Their home stadium is the stadium right down the way at Bolsa Grande High School. Notable alumni, John Dornbos, who played football here at Pacifica, and he's also a magician. You may have seen him on America's Got Talent, and he played for the Philadelphia Eagles for many, many years. Also, Dexter Holland and Greg Kriesel of The Offspring, and USA softball Olympians Amanda Freed and Deja Molapola. Now, Garden Grove, the oldest school in the district, one of the oldest schools in Orange County. They opened in 1921. Original mascot. So mascot is not what it's supposed to say, but when you're working fast, sometimes mistake happens. So mascot, their original mascot, the Chili Peppers. Might be a little known fact to you, but true nonetheless. They are now known as the Argonauts. They are located here in Garden Grove, of course, and they play here at Mansour Stadium, named after their most notable alumni, Michael A. Mansour, who received the Medal of Honor, and of course the Navy SEAL emblem here at midfield symbolizes his great sacrifice for our nation. Also, Steve Martin, comedian and actor, and Steve Fawcett, an American businessman who circumvented the globe in a hot air balloon. Crazy, right? I wouldn't do it. Let's take a closer look here at Garden Grove. Head coach Ricardo Cepeda, been here for 10 years. He's led this ship. He's kind of taken off where the last few coaches have, and kind of kept this team on a steady course. Always competing, always battling for a league championship, always making the playoffs. They have not missed the playoffs in almost 20 seasons, so doing a great job. Their record in 2022, 10-2, 3-0 with a first place finish. They finished regular season 9-1. They are in the Golden West Conference, which is broken up into 2 leagues, the Big Four and the Pac-4. They are in the upper tier league, the Big Four. Their last playoff appearance, of course, in 2022, and they've made 5 CIF championship game appearances, bringing home the title twice. In 2014, they actually defeated their real heavy crosstown rival, Rancho Alamitos. They started their season last week, unfortunately dropping a tough one to Bellflower 27-22. Of course, tonight they're playing Pacifica. Next week, they will visit Santa Ana. Then they will be here for Gar. Then they will visit Torrance. Then they will have 2 home games in a row against Western and Laguna Beach before starting league and going and visiting Marina, playing that game at Westminster High School. Then they finish off their league slate and the season here against Seagram and Catella. Of course, looking to win another Big Four League championship. Now, let's take a look at the Mariners' first-year head coach, Kyle Murphy, who was actually here a few years ago under Coach Marcello Giuliano, who we will talk about a little bit later because Bolsa is playing Beckman, where Coach Giuliano is at now. Their 2022 record was 3-7, 1-4 with a 6th place finish in the Empire League. And again, another typo, but it's okay. So, they have 23 league titles split between the Empire League and the Garden Grove League. Their last one was won in 2021, that spring, that COVID season. Their last playoff appearance was that fall in 2021. A tough first-round loss to Miracosta. They've made 4 CIF championship games, bringing home 0 championships. Last week, a tough loss here at Michael Mansour Stadium to a very powerful Orange team, 45-15. Of course, tonight they're here facing Garden Grove. Next week, they will be at Bolsa Stadium, making their true home debut for this season against Glendora. Then they visit Walnut and El Toro before starting league at home against Cypress, visiting Korean Lutheran and Kennedy after that, then taking on a tough Tuscan team here at Mansour Memorial Stadium, and then finally finishing things off against Valencia. Now, this game, not the only game going on here in the Garden Grove Unified School District this week. All of our teams are in action. Over at Bolsa Grande Stadium tonight, Beckman, of course, coached by Marcello Giuliano, who Kyle Murphy served as a staff member on his coaching staff, visiting Bolsa Grande. Bolsa, of course, winning their game last week, as we'll see in a little bit. And tonight, big game at Los Amigos for the first time ever. Los Amigos will be hosting a varsity football game on their own campus as they host San Bernardino. Tomorrow, La Sierra from Riverside is going to be visiting Rancho, that game at Bolsa Stadium, and then Godinez and La Quinta will be here. Tonight is just part 1 of our broadcast schedule this week. Tomorrow, part 2, we will be covering Godinez here against La Quinta. Game time, 7 o'clock, so stay tuned for that one. 2 games for the price of none because this is all free. And what about last week? You see that Bolsa Grande. That score, I don't think it was 49-2. Actually, that's the old one from last year, so we're gonna go ahead and gloss over that. That shouldn't be there. So anyway, last week, Bolsa Grande was victorious over Savannah. Santiago was victorious over Anaheim. Garden Grove taking a loss to Bellflower. We saw that earlier. La Quinta taking a loss against Linwood, and Pacifica taking a loss against Orange. Now, we're about 6 minutes away from game time here. I expect this to be a very exciting game. Both sides of the stands have a little bit of a theme going on. You see the neon over there at Pacifica. Looks like they're going to have a nice, bright nighttime neon party going on. Garden Grove, they've got some festive things too. They've got some balloons. They've got a good-sized crowd here for a Thursday, so that's good to see. Again, about 6 minutes away from kickoff. I am David Mora. You are tuned in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday. We're going to be with you in just a minute with the action live here at Michael Mansour Stadium. Pacifica Mariners, Garden Grove Argonauts playing each other for the first time since 2017. Old Garden Grove League matchup coming right up. Again, I want to thank you for tuning into Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday right here on a Thursday, game one of our doubleheader slate this week. Don't want to leave you with too much silence, so let's chat it up here. This is our second year broadcasting football games for the Garden Grove Unified School District, and it's been a fun ride. Since we started last year with Bolsa and Workman, we had some very exciting games. We were able to cover every single one of our schools. This year, we're going to be able to cover every single one of our schools in the first 4 weeks. So seven schools in 4 weeks. Pretty good. It's a whirlwind. It's crazy. It's tiring, but I love it. As both teams have their captains walking up to the 50-yard line. So we're going to get the coin flip in just a moment. I'm sure both teams eager to take the field. Both teams looking to get their first win of the season. And there's no better way to get your first win than against a crosstown rival. Now, again, I mentioned earlier, not sure if the students really understand the magnitude of what this game means. Back in 2017, the students knew it. The players knew it. They understood it. These teams had already been playing since 2010. A lot of those players on that Pacifica team, they really understood the magnitude over the years. They were told about this game. A lot of the players, their parents went to Rancho, and Rancho is the Garden Grove big-time main rival. And I'm sure they were told just about how big it is to play this team. And, you know, with Garden Grove just kind of going to the head of the pack over the past few years, winning CIF championship games and just having a steady stream of success, they've got the target on their back. That's the program that everyone looks at and says, okay, that's the class of the league or the class of the district, when that used to be Pacifica. So I'm sure the Pacifica alumni and the Pacifica faithful are saying, you know what, they're what we used to be, and we can get back to that level, and there's no way than getting out there and proving it. Now, captains for the Mariners, number 2, Samuel Johnson, number 24, Emmanuel Rios, number 99, Scott Medina, and number 72, Marcelo Sanchez. Captains for Garden Grove, Malik Peya, Brandon Roth, Raul Morga, and number 28, Pablo Reyes. As the two captain groups exchange handshakes. Brandon Roth last year, first team all-league in the Big Four. Now, if you haven't seen the videos, if you go to our YouTube channel, GGUSD Athletics, you will see preview videos of both Pacifica and Garden Grove on there. We went out there a few weeks ago to kind of get to know a few of the players who are going to be making an impact tonight and getting to talk to the coaches about their feelings for this year and what their expectations are. So make sure you head on over to our YouTube channel, and if you're not, subscribe, and also share this link out. Let everyone know that there's a football game going on tonight. There's no NFL. If there is, it's preseason. It doesn't count. It doesn't matter. But this right here, Garden Grove, Pacifica, this is a big game. This game means something. Crosstown rivals. This game is not something that you get every year. And I'm excited to bring it to you. You're going to hear some energy from me. You're going to hear me getting excited. I might get loud. I stay subjective, but I do get excited when I see great plays, when I see players making big hits, great catches, great runs. I'm not pulling for anyone here in particular. But I just know it's going to be a great game as the referees talking to the captains, showing them the coin, letting them know there's no funny business going on, no two heads, no two tails. The coin flip is up, as you can see on the screen there. It looks like Pacifica has won the toss, and they've elected to defer. Garden Grove will be defending the west end zone, so they'll be going away from the sun to start the game. That's huge, at least for the quarterbacks. The receivers might not understand it. Whenever. Yeah, whenever. Sorry about that. That's Principal Steve Osborne from Pacifica asking what time he should come up to the booth. We will have some guests here tonight, as we usually do here on Garden Grove Unified School District High School Football Friday. Anticipating two principals to come up here and join me tonight, both from these schools. Here come the Argonauts getting ready to go on the field. I will be on camera duty for a little bit until hopefully we get some student help up here. But if not, we're just going to wear many hats here. Why not? This is exactly what we're doing, and this is exactly what we're made for. Argonauts getting fired up and getting hyped up there just beyond that big banner, and here they come. And we are about to get it going here from Mansour Stadium. Again, I expect this to be a very competitive game, a good game. I'm sure these students looking forward to get back out here on this field after not bringing home victories last week. Both schools are going to want to bring home a victory. Ethan McLaughlin ready to kick off for the Mariners. Back deep to return for the Argonauts. Number 1, looks like. Actually, let me wait until they get back there. Argonauts actually waiting to see what's going to go on with the kickoff here, but it looks like back deep are number 9, Malachi Beatty, number 28, Pablo Reyes, and number 11, Christian Mendoza. Well, actually, no. Beatty went back on. It's hard to tell here. We'll see right now. They're still getting situated. Okay, now going to the back, number 11, Christian Mendoza, and number 28, Pablo Reyes, as we get ready for kickoff here from Michael Mansour Memorial Stadium. Looks like everyone's just getting settled in here, waiting for something. Not sure, but we're patient. Here we go. The referee blows the whistle, and we're going to have kickoff right now. Kick is up, and it's a little squibbler. Actually, that's an onside kick, and it looks like the Mariners have the football. So the Mariners starting off with a little bit of trickery, and they get the ball to start the game. I like that call, I'm not going to lie. It's not something you see every day, but the Mariners coming up big and looking to make a statement early here. They even faked me out. So here we go. Let's see what the Mariners can do on offense. Back there at quarterback, first team all-league returner, Noah Salas, a senior who's been on this team for quite a bit. He actually broke a passing yards in a game record against Valencia back in 2021. So the Mariners coming out on surprising Grove with the onside kick and able to recover, and they will get the ball at the 49-yard line. Mariners come out. Shotgun, 3 wide receivers. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Drops back to pass, has a man to the right. That ball's complete, it looks like, to number 17 for a gain of about 11. That's Zachary Haas on the catch. That's going to be a first down for the Mariners, as they're starting this game off on the right foot, on the right side of the 50 now. Ball at the 39-yard line.
First down, Pacifica, ball's in the 39-yard line.
Sammy Johnson in the backfield there with Noah Salas. 3 wide receivers once again for the Mariners. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Oh, he bobbled the snap, picks it up, looks to pass. He's on his feet, he's running. That's going to be a big sack. No, he still gets away. Salas still gets away from another tackle, still on his feet, and driven out of bounds for only a loss of maybe 2 or 3 on the play. It could have been disaster, but his feet got him out of trouble there. Last week against Orange, he had himself some big runs. If you look and watch their preview video on YouTube, you will see a few of those highlights pulled from that game. But what a great way to elude the rush there and avoiding big time loss for loss of yards on that one. So Mariners now facing a 2nd down and about 14 from the 42-yard line. Looks like we might have a timeout on the field. Mariners calling a timeout to talk it over. So Mariners surprising the Argos, catching them off guard with the onside kick. Then getting a nice pass and catch on 1st down before the bad snap leads to a favorable play for the Argos, which will bring up 2nd and 14 when we get back from this timeout. Still early in this ball game. I don't anticipate a high-scoring game. Last week I did say I thought that the Argos might be 2 touchdowns better. And that's why you don't make final games off predictions, and that's why they're playing the game now, as Salas is back there in shotgun with Sammy Johnson there with him, getting ready to take the snap. And that's going to be a flag on the play, and it looks like we're going to get some offsides on the Argos. So Pacifica going to get those yards and a few more back. We're going to replay 2nd down, and it's now going to be 2nd down and 8 to go from the 37-yard line. Here we go once again. Mariners with 2 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Sammy Johnson in the backfield. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Throws to the right to Johnson. He's got that. Eludes 1 tackle, still on his feet, and gets taken down after a gain of about 2 yards on the play. So that's going to bring up 3rd down here for the Mariners. Call it 3rd and 5, maybe 6 on the play there. Not on the play, but 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5 to go. Here we go. Let's see what the Mariners can draw up on this 3rd down. 2 wide receivers to the left side at the bottom of your screen. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Fakes the handoff, throws to his left. He's got a man open. That's number 3, who's taken down almost immediately. So the catch by Ethan McLaughlin goes nowhere, and that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Mariners. Eric Hernandez on the takedown. Now they're deep enough in Argo territory where going for it on 4th down makes sense here, which is what they're going to do as the offense stays out on the field for this 4th down play. 3 wide receivers spread out. Actually, you got trips left, 4 wide receivers. Sammy Johnson in the backfield with Salas. Gets ready to take the snap, drops back to pass, looks to his right, decides to run. He's got some room, makes a move, eludes a tackle. He's got the 1st down before he's taken down by number 85 and number 1. Let me get those names for you on the tackle. Andrew Solis and Victor Rodriguez on the tackle, but not before Salas was able to get that 1st down. And it looks like there may have been a flag on the play. So the Mariners are going to get an extra 15 yards. It looks like it was a face mask on the Argos. So that's going to put the Mariners deep in Argo territory. That ball will be at the 12-yard line. 1st down for the Mariners, who are in business early here at Michael Mansour Stadium. You are tuned in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday on a Thursday. I am David Mora. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you share this out and let everyone know that we've got some football here. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Mariners with 3 wide receivers. Looks like we may have another penalty on the Argos. So more free yards for the Mariners. Hey, why not take them, huh? It's going to bring up 1st and 5 now from the 7. Mariner is able to do a healthy bit of both passing and running, so let's see what the play call is going to be here as they have trips right. Sammy Johnson in the backfield with Noah Salas. The snap, fake handoff. Salas going to keep it himself, misses one tackle, and gets in the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for the Mariners as they take a 6-0 lead early here. Mariners making a statement early on here. Nice run there by Salas. Let's see if we can pull up the replay here and see how that one all played out. So here we go as we see it on the screen. Salas just eludes one tackle, finds some room to the right, and just takes that in for the end zone to put this team up 6-0. Ethan McLaughlin ready to go back there and make that PAT attempt. Kick is up, and that's good. The Mariners taking a 7-0 lead here at Michael Mansour Stadium, starting off their first drive after an onside kick recovery. Not a bad start for the Mariners here tonight. Let's see how the Argos will respond. We're going to do our best to keep stats around here tonight. We start off really good at the start, kind of trail off. It gets a little bit busy, and especially with me running camera now and graphics and trying to call names, it might be tough, but we'll do our best. Mariners again coming out to kick this ball off. I don't anticipate an onside kick here. Back deep to return for the Argonauts. Looks like number 1 and number 2. That's number 1, Victor Rodriguez, and number 2, Eric Fernandez. I'm going to keep this camera panned out so I don't get tripped again. Kick is up. This one goes all the way to the back man. That's picked up by, looks like number 1, Victor Rodriguez, who takes it right up the middle, gets a nice little return, still on his feet. Gets brought down at about the 39-yard line. That's going to bring up 1st down for the Argonauts. So let's see what the Argonauts can do here on their first drive. Let's see how they answer that Mariner scoring drive. So the Mariners get the onside kick, get a nice pass and catch, and then helped by a few penalties as they make their way to the end zone and put up the first points of the game here at Michael Mansour Stadium. Argos with 2 wide receivers. Beatty now joining Roth in the background. Handoff to Pablo Reyes, who gets brought down at the line of scrimmage. It's gonna bring up 2nd down for the Argonauts. The one key thing to look out for in this game, and there's a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be on Pacifica, personal foul. That's going to bring up a 1st down for the Argos. So like I said, the one thing you want to look for in this game, something that's been Garden Grove's strength over the years, is their offensive line play and their defensive line play. They've always had great play from their linemen, and I think that's going to be one of the keys to victory here if they can win that battle up front, and whatever team wins that battle up front will be the team that's going to be victorious here tonight. Now, Argos with 3 wide receivers. Roth getting ready to take the snap. Peya goes in motion, goes to the backfield. Roth drops back to the pass, decides to keep it himself. Gets maybe 4 yards on the play before he's brought down by a host of Mariners. Calling it a gain of 5. So like I said, offensive line, defensive line play, that's what you really need to take a look at. Malik Peya, one of the better linemen in the Big Four league, so keep an eye out on him, number 10. Also, Raul Morga, he made second team All Big Four league last year. Roth getting ready to take the snap. Peya goes in motion. Handoff to Reyes, who gets the first down. Nice hard run up the middle or up to the right side. It's going to bring up a first down for the Argonauts, who are putting together a nice little drive here on their first possession of the game. Seeing a lot of old school football here from the Argonauts. Something they've been known for also is a very great run game. Of course, a bunch of great running backs coming through here in the past. Of course, Mikey Carrillo, Jordan Antunez. And there's more. Just blanking on the names right now, so I apologize. Here we go, first down for the Argonauts from the 33-yard line of the Mariners. Roth takes the snap, hands off to Reyes again, who goes to the right side, this time up the middle, and swarmed by a pack of Mariners led there by number 2, Sammy Johnson. As that brings up a second down here for the Mariners. Argonauts coming out of the huddle. 2 wide receivers. Heavy on the right side here. Roth getting ready to take the snap. Fake handoff, pass over to number 2. That's complete. It's Eric Fernandez. He's going to get maybe a yard on the play. If that, they're calling it a gain of 1 yard. That brings up third down here for the Argonauts. So Mariner defense doing a great job here on this second set of this first down here, or whatever you want to call it. Doing a great job here in their own territory. Roth in shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers to his left side. Reyes in the backfield with him. Hard count, looking to catch the Mariners off guard here. They didn't fall for it. Roth takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out the pass, has a man right in his face, decides to run, goes to his left side, has a little bit of room, gets some yards, but not much else as he's met by a bunch of Mariners, and that's going to bring up fourth down. So not sure if that was a design play or broken or not, but number 54 for the Mariners, Hayden Hodges, was right in his face. Here we go, fourth down coming up. Argonauts going back out onto the field. Like I said, makes a lot of sense that this is 4-down territory. Last week I mentioned not much high schools have a field goal kicker who can put a boot on the ball and get a field goal through the uprights from this distance. Here we go, trips right for the Argonauts. Looks like we're gonna have a timeout. Pacifica taking their second timeout of the quarter here, as they want to talk it over and make sure they've got the right play dialed in for this fourth down. There's Mikey Carrillo right there, one of the Argo assistant coaches. Great running back here. I believe class of 2018. Mariners getting ready to get back there out on the field. Fourth down. Both teams going for it on fourth down. Earlier, the Mariners benefiting from a penalty call, I believe, on fourth down to get the first down. Argonauts in trips right. Roth in the backfield by himself. Peya lined up at the slot just to the right. Roth takes the snap, rolls out to pass, looking to his right, feels the pressure. We got a flag on the play, and Roth is going to be taken down in the backfield by number 5, Christian Shockley, but there is a flag on the play. So let's see what the call is as the lights turn on here at Mansour Stadium. And it's most likely going to be on the offense from the vantage point of that referee. But again, I'm no expert. I'm just up here telling you what I see on this TV screen. Referee's talking it over as we wait to get the call on the field. And actually, that's going to be a penalty on Pacifica. And that might be a first down for the Argos, so they might have just gotten themselves a free first down. Mariners defense doing a great job, aside from that penalty, getting a sack on 4th down. That'll be a first down for the Argos as their drive stays alive here. Ball will now be moved to the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the Argos. Okay, so here we go. First down for the Argonauts. Reyes back there with Roth. Peya in motion. Reyes with the handoff, goes to the right side, gets through the first level of the defense. Gets a gain of about 7 yards. They say 6, I say 7. Let's see who's gonna be right here. Yeah, looks like 6. 2nd down and 4 coming up here for the Argos. Roth getting ready to take the snap. And off to Reyes, goes to the right side, breaks through. That's going to be a touchdown for the Argos. Pablo Reyes getting into the end zone and getting the Argos on the board here. There is a Argo who's coming up a little bit injured here. It's Jason Olmedo. And hopefully he can just kind of shake that off. It looks like he's jogging off on his own power, so that's good to see. Hopefully we will see him come back out on the 2nd Argo drive. Victor Rodriguez now lining up to kick the extra point. Eric Fernandez on the hold. Kick is up, and that's good. So the Argos tie this game up here in the 1st quarter. 7-7 with 3 minutes and 17 seconds left to go in the opening frame of this game. Been a great one so far. Both teams being helped out by penalties. Chalk that up maybe to nerves. Expect to see both teams settle down. One thing I love about this stadium is if you're here and you're looking towards the west when the sun is going down, you just get a beautiful, picturesque sunset here. It's not a bad view from where we are, as you see the mountains in the background there, just beyond those trees. Just beautiful views, and even at Bolsa Stadium, just great views all around. And love to see it. Back deep to return for the Mariners. Zach Haas, and it looks like number 8, Bendu Plate. He takes the ball, takes it over to the left side, and I didn't get that for you, but we're working on it. It's going to bring up a first down for the Mariners. So here we go. Mariners scored on their first drive. Argos scored on their first drive. But let's see how the Mariners respond here. Now, are we going to have a heavyweight battle with both teams trading big shots on each other? Or will the Argo defense here step up and make a stop and leave the Mariners with no points? McLaughlin and Sammy Johnson. Actually now McLaughlin going out to the right side as Mariners have 3 wide receivers. Sellis takes a snap, passes over to the right side. It's going to be incomplete. That pass intended for number 16, Sean Benton. So Sellis and Benton not able to hook up there. That brings up second down from the 18-yard line for the Mariners at the 18-yard line of the Argonauts. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Hands off to number 23, who takes it around the right side. But he's taken down almost immediately by number 22 and looks like number 77. That's Quentin Pacelli and Jason Olmedo, who's back in the game. Olmedo is what it is. Max Preps has that wrong. Going to bring up third down here for the Mariners. 2 minutes and 37 or 32 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. It always happens like this. I don't have this number 23. We'll see if we can get his name at halftime here. Salas takes the pass, rolls out to pass to his left side, has a man open over there. That's number 8 with the catch. That's going to be a first down. Ben Dupleix with the reception, and it looks like a gain of about 15 yards.
That's reception good. Ben
Dupleix. See, we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn the pronunciations from our play-by-play guy here at the stadium, the PA announcer. First down for the Mariners from their own 36-yard line. Looking to get into Argo territory. Trips right for the Mariners. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Looks to his right. Passes the ball. That's complete to Zachary Haas. Gets about 5 yards in the game. Actually, on his feet for a few more yards. Probably going to be a gain of about 7 yards on the play.
Gain of 7 yards on the play.
Second down. Second down and 3 for the Mariners as the clock stops. Looks like Emmanuel Rios back there at slot. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Hands off to number 23, who takes it up the middle, but swarmed and brought down by Jason Olmedo. It's gonna bring up third down for the Mariners.
No gain on the play. Third down.
So let's see what the Mariners drop here on third down to try and get this drive extended. Maybe on this side of the field, you don't think about going for it. So let's see if it's third down or fourth down territory. Salas in the backfield by himself here. Emmanuel Rios lined up at, actually we're gonna have a timeout. So the Mariners now out of timeouts here in the first half with 47 seconds left to go. So I was talking about this stadium earlier, just beautiful. I was here for the grand opening back in 2017. Military flyover, parachuters coming down from the sky. Just a beautiful memorial here, and just a beautiful tribute to an amazing person, and Michael Mansour. Now, if you haven't heard his story, then you know, do a Google search and just kind of read up a little bit about him. Definitely a man who gave the ultimate sacrifice here for his country, and a beautiful facility here dedicated to him. Sal's looking to the sideline there, getting another play from Coach Murphy. Sammy Johnson in the backfield there with him. Takes the snap, hands off to Johnson, who takes it to the left side, breaks the tackle, gets to the second level, and that's gonna be a first down for the Mariners as they keep the chains moving. Sammy Johnson on the carry, picking up the first down for the Mariners. Andrew Solis making the tackle. That ball now at the 48-yard line. Clock running here. Let's see if the Mariners got to play off before the quarter ends, or if they're content to just let the clock run out. 4 wide receivers for Salas. Sammy Johnson in the backfield there with him. He takes the snap, looks to pass, looks to his right, then to his left. That pass intercepted, actually dropped. So dangerous pass there. It's going to be incomplete. It's going to be second down here for the Mariners. 12 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. 7-7 ball game early on. Great game by both teams so far. Ruben Torres, the intended receiver on that pass.
He actually understood it, even though he's white. He was like, oh, I know that one. You're doing more push-ups.
There you go, Mariners lining up for this second down play. Probably one of the last plays of the first quarter here. Salas hands it off to Johnson, who takes it to the right. Still on his feet. Flags come flying in. It's going to be a gain of about 5 yards for Johnson if it holds up here. Calling it a gain of 6 yards. Number 77 on the tackle for Grove. He's been in on a lot of plays here early on. Referees discussing here. That's going to be a holding on the Mariners, so that's going to push them back. Still second down. Now this will be the last play of the quarter, as there are 4 seconds left to go here. You are tuned in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday. I am David Mora. Thank you for tuning in. Always glad to have you here, and there's no better day than game day. And this week we have 2 of them, as tomorrow we will be at Costa Grande, here actually. We'll be here covering La Quinta and Godinez, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. 7-7 ball game here at Michael Mansour Stadium. Mariners, Argonauts facing off for the first time since 2017. A rekindling of this old Garden Grove League matchup. Now, both teams were in the Garden Grove League for a very long time. The Mariners were in the Garden Grove League from its inception in 1966 until about 1979, when they moved to the Empire League for the first time, and they spent 5 years over there winning 3 league championships in the Empire League. Empire League, of course, one of the tougher leagues, and has been for a very long time. Back in I believe 88 or 89, they moved back to the Garden Grove League, brought over with them Kennedy High School from the Empire League. Kennedy left, I believe, in 1994 or 95, back to the Empire. Mariners continued where they left off in the Garden Grove League, being one of the top-tier teams from their return in the late 80s all the way through their departure in 2006. 2007, making the CIF Championship game, Division, I believe, 7, taking on their rival, their main rival, Cypress High School, in the CIF Championship game, and falling short. Now, before the Garden Grove League, they did spend 1 year in the Irvine League, so 3 leagues total for the Mariners. Second down here as we start the second quarter. Salas rolls out to his left. Pass incomplete. Intended, it looks like, for number 8, Hudson Stern. Not Ben Duplice, I'm sorry, Ben Duplice, but we've got a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is. Mariners just can't escape this second down. It looks like they're going to, not sure what they're going to do here. All right, so it's third down, no foul on the play. They pick the flag up, so we'll take the flag off. Third down and 16 here for the Mariners. Ball at their own 43-yard line, looking to get back to the right side of the 50. That's where the line to gain is. Salas takes the snap, hands off to Johnson, who goes up the middle. Gets about a gain of 3 yards before he's stopped on the play. Malik Peya on the tackle. Looks like the Mariner punt team coming out onto the field. Not a bad decision there. Back deep to return for the Argonauts, number 2, Eric Fernandez, who was listed as one of the players to watch in the OC Register preview of the Argonauts. McLaughlin back to punt for the Mariners. The snap, good snap, the kick is up, booming punt, not gonna be fielded. Takes an Argonaut bounce almost directly to the left and then rolls back for a few yards, downed at the 22-yard line. So the Argonauts holding the Mariners on their second drive as they get ready to start their very own second drive. Let's see how they do here. Now, Garden Grove, a much older program than Pacifica, so they've played in quite a few more leagues. Started out in the Orange League from 1924 to 1954, back when Orange County probably had like 4 high schools, in Orange, Santa Ana, Fullerton, and Garden Grove, and they were there until 1954. Saw some success. They won 4 league titles. Trips left for the Argos. We'll get back into the league conversation after this play. Trips left for the Argos. Roth getting ready to take the snap. Looks like Reyes back there with him. Hands the ball off to Reyes, who goes to the right side, bounces out to the right. Gets himself a nice gain. Looks like a gain of 8 on the play. It's going to bring up second down. So anyway, yes, Garden Grove was in the Orange League in the early years from 1924 to 1954. And then they moved to the Sunset League, one of the harder leagues in Orange County back then, still one of the harder leagues. They were in that league from 1955 to 1961, and no championships for them then. Argos now again, trips left. Second down, about 3 to go. Roth getting ready to take the snap. Hands the ball off to Reyes again to the right side. Reyes this time gets the first down. 4-yard gain for Reyes, and that moves the sticks for the Argonauts. So Garden Grove put into that Sunset League from 1955 to 1961. They saw a little bit of relief in 62 when they were moved to the Freeway League. The Freeway League, as we all know it now, the Fullerton Union High School District League. Back then, it was a healthy mix of schools, not just all Fullerton schools. Argos picking up 3 titles in the Freeway League. 3 wide receivers for Roth. He gets ready to take this first down snap. Hands off. Nope, he keeps it to himself to the right side. Gets at least 5 yards on the play and rolls over and gets 2 more. It's going to bring up second down in about 7 yards. Or second down in 3 yards for a gain of 7 on the play. Now in 1966, a little league known as the Garden Grove League, was founded, comprised of Garden Grove Unified School District schools, which were all playing in different leagues at that time. The Irvine League, the Sunset League, the Freeway League, the Orange League, the Crestview League. Roth takes the snap, hands off to Reyes to the right side. He's going to pick up the first down, puts his head down, and gets those extra yards. And the sticks are going to keep moving here for the Argonauts as they're creeping closer to Mariner territory. That ball on the 48-yard line now. So the Garden Grove League was founded in 1966. Garden Grove, Rancho Alamitos, Santiago, Pacifica, Bolsa Grande, La Quinta. Los Amigos wouldn't open until 1972 or so, and then they joined the league. Roth takes it himself to the right side. Nowhere to go on that one as he's brought down by number 88, Aiden Wales, and number 2, Sammy Johnson. It's going to bring up second down here for the Argonauts. So yeah, the Garden Grove League started way back in 1966. The first league champions, Rancho Alamitos High School. And then in the 70s, we discussed it earlier, the Mariners winning all but one league championship from 1970 to 1979. So just dominant decade for the Mariners, really establishing themselves under Coach Craven as one of the best teams in the county. As we're going to have a flag on the play here. Looks like that's going to be on the Mariners. It's going to be second down and 5 now. Coach Craven, one of the first programs to see some real success here was Pacifica, making the CIF championship game in 1976 or 78, I believe. 1979. Then Los Amigos, relatively quick out of the gate under Coach Bob Johnson of Mission Viejo fame. They made the CIF championship game in 1981. Reyes gets that handoff, runs over to the right side, met by Sammy Johnson, who stops his momentum after about 2 yards. It's going to bring up third down and about 3 on the play. I'm going to call it 3rd and 4 as the clock's running here in the second quarter. 7 minutes left. Again, David Moore here. You are tuned into Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday on a Thursday. Roth getting ready to take the snap. Peya in motion, joins him at the left side. Hand off to Reyes, takes it over the left side, up the middle, gets the first down, it looks like, from this point of view. And that will be a first down. 4-yard gain on the play. It's a first down for the Argonauts at the Mariner 46-yard line, or 41-yard line. Now, Garden Grove was in the Garden Grove League from 66 all the way until 2017, when a little bit of re-leaguing put them into the Golden West Conference. Roth takes the snap, hands off to Reyes, who takes to the left side, tries to bounce it out, met by number 5 and number 15, as well as number 24. That's Kristen Shockley, number 5, number 15. I don't have the number, and number 24, Emmanuel Rios, all teaming up to take him down. Brings up second down here for the Argos. So yes, Garden Grove moving to the Golden West Conference. Now, earlier I mentioned that maybe no team has benefited more from Pacifica leaving the Garden Grove League than Garden Grove, and perhaps no team benefiting more from Garden Grove leaving the Garden Grove League than Rancho, as they have won the past 5 Garden Grove League championships, sharing a few on the way. Roth getting ready to take the snap. Hands off to Reyes to the left side one more time. Bounces it out, gets around Rios. Almost gets past number 15 and pushed out of bounds. 7-yard carry on the play. It's going to be a first down for the Argonauts. Takes that ball all the way to the 25-yard line. Argonauts putting together a nice little drive here in the second quarter, their second drive of the game. So both teams holding the ball and controlling the ball for a considerable amount of time here in the first half. each with only 2 possessions. Roth gets ready to take the snap. No one in the backfield as Peya now joins him in motion. Takes the snap, decides to keep a design quarterback run, goes to the left, gets rid of one guy, gets past another, and there's a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is. Referees discussing what the call is going to be. Personal foul on the Mariners, so that's going to give the Argonauts very good field position deep in Mariner territory. Let's see where they spot this ball at, but it looks like it's going to be within the 10-yard line. We're going to have 1st and goal for the Argonauts as they look to add, or as they look to take the lead here, tied 7-all in the 2nd quarter. I know the clock says 1st quarter, but it is the 2nd quarter. So let's see what the Argos dial in here. 1st and goal, not much pressure here. 4 tries to get that ball into the end zone. Watch out for the trickery from the Argos here. So they try to catch the Mariners with a little bit of trickery. Not gonna work. We're gonna have a timeout, Garden Grove. They try to run one of those little crazy plays you see go viral where the quarterback walks away and someone else takes the snap and runs it in, but Mariners were not gonna fall for it. So we're tied 7-all here in the 2nd quarter at Michael Munsour Memorial Stadium. Garden Grove Argonauts, Pacifica Mariners, a classic matchup. Just love to see it, those old Garden Grove League rivalries. Crossing my fingers that pretty soon we'll see Rancho and Garden Grove play at least one ball game in the near future. Of course, it's fitting that we get this matchup in what is going to amount to be the last year of the Garden Grove League. It had a very nice run since 1966. But with new CIF re-leaguing protocols, it's going to go by the wayside, as are much of these traditional leagues that we know. Roth getting ready to take the snap here. Hands off to Peya, who goes up the middle, still on his feet, driving. That's a hard boy to take down. He's finally brought down by the Mariners, but not before he gets that ball inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down to about 4 to go. Clock running here, 4 minutes and 31 seconds left to go. Roth getting ready to take the snap. Hands off to Reyes, who goes up the middle and gets into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown, Argonauts. No flags on the play, and the Argonauts are going to take a 6-point lead here in the 2nd quarter, 13-7. Argonauts always, bread and butter is that ground game, that line. Like I said, that battle up front, whoever wins that will be winning this game. That and whoever plays mistake-free football, as the Mariners did help the Argonauts get into this field position. Victor Rodriguez getting ready to kick the ball off here for the, or not kick the ball off, kick the extra point for the Argos, and that's off the back of one of the Argo players, so no good. This could be big. This could be big here. Mixed extra points can sometimes come back and haunt teams, as the Argos take a 13-7 lead off that Pablo Reyes touchdown rush. It's Garden Grove crowd into the game now, filling it. Pacifica with a very nice crowd here on a Thursday night. That's the Mariner Mayhem is what they call themselves, and they're having a neon party over there. Looking good, Mariners. There we go. Getting into the festivities. Back deep to return for the Mariners, Zachary Haas and Ben Duplish. Kicking off here for the Argonauts, Victor Rodriguez. So let's see how the Mariners will respond here on their third drive of the game. Deep booming kick received by, looks like, Duplish. Not sure why the play was blown dead there. Maybe he was on a knee. And he was on a knee, and that's going to be a tough break for the Mariners. Not sure he wanted to do that, but that's going to be a first down from the Argonaut 11-yard line. 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. Beautiful sunset over here to my left side. You can see some of that coloring on camera. Look at that. Just looks so nice. The sunsets here, I'm telling you, beautiful. Salas getting ready to take the snap for the Mariners. Hands the ball off. That runner's gonna get nowhere. Looks like that was number 19, Makai Brown. Just swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
It's gonna be no gain on the play. It's gonna bring up second down and 12. So there was a gain, it was just a negative gain. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Draws the Argonauts off sides. 3 yards for the Mariners. Going to bring up second down and 7 here. Argonauts getting in trouble with some penalties here early in this game. Sure, at halftime, that's going to be one of the things that Coach Cepeda brings up, is just being mentally sharp coming out in the second half. A game this close, penalties can make or break your team. Salas rolls out to pass, dumps it off to the left side, and that's incomplete. Intended for Ben Duplish. It's going to bring up third down for the Mariners. As it looks like Salas is on one knee. See if we can maybe take a look at what happened there. Oh, you know, actually that's not Salas, I apologize. Looks like it's number 19, Makai Brown. As he's walking off under his own power, so speedy recovery, young man. Hopefully you get back out onto the field soon. Mariners line up for third down. Salas joined in the backfield by Sammy Johnson. Argo crowd into this game now. Salas rolls out to his right. Still on his feet, looks to run the ball, takes it and keeps it. Makes a move, gets the first down and some. But there's a flag on the play, so let's see what the call is. But a beautiful run by Noah Salas. 15-yard carry on third down. That would be huge if the Mariners can keep that play official, but there is a flag on the play.
When I was at my first game, someone threw it like on the player.
Referees conferring. Oh, that's going to be a block in the back on the Mariners. That's going to come back. Argonauts catching a lucky break there as we're going to repeat third down, and that's going to be a third and substantially long for the Mariners. Probably going to be half the distance to the goal line. We're from the spot of the foul, so not too bad. Third down and about 12. Calling it third and 11. Here we go, third down. Mariners trying it one more time. Sal is getting ready to receive the snap. Drops back to pass, has some time. Pulls up, decides to run it one more time, has the first down and some, still on his feet. Even more yards than the last time, no flags on that one. It's gonna be a first down. Pushed out of bounds by number 5, Ruben Torres. But now there's a flag on the play. Hold the phone. There's a little extracurricular activity after the play there. Again, penalties will hurt you. Looks like a sideline warning, I believe. No, not a sideline warning. It's something against the Argonauts. Mariners going to get more free yards. That play stands.
Penalty, personal foul on the Argonauts.
Personal foul on the Argonauts. So, again, mental mistakes will doom you.
Penalty. Pacifica taking the ball.
Now the Mariners have the ball at the 50-yard line. So, a big swing here. 2 minutes and 39 seconds left to go here in the first half. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Sammy Johnson in the backfield, 3 wide receivers for the Mariners. Salas drops back to pass, looks to his left, has Zach Haas, that's complete. Still on his feet, gets a gain of about 9 yards before he's brought down by number 16, Jose Fernandez. So Mariners sustaining this nice little drive here. Their third drive of the game, looking to make something happen after the Argos made something happen on their second drive of the game. Mariners looking to answer here to tie this game up and possibly take the lead. Salas takes the snap, rolls out to his left, has a man open. Ooh, pass intended for number 3, Ethan McLaughlin. Not able to connect there. He's not able to bring that into the breadbasket. And that's third down. I forgot to change the downs there. First time tonight, so not bad. Almost a whole half. 2 minutes left to go here at Mansour Stadium. You are tuning in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday on a Thursday. David Mora here, bringing you the action, bringing you the graphics, bringing you the camera work. It's a one-man show tonight. Sal is getting ready to take the snap. Looking to pass, feels the pressure, almost gets away from it, but brought down by number 74, Leyland Maya. Leyland Maya. I try once and then I hear the PA announcer say it the right way, and then I can write that down as it's fourth down for the Mariners. So the Argonauts getting away with one there as a personal foul penalty puts the Mariners in good field position, but they're not able to capitalize as they will punt the ball away with the clock running here in the first half. Argonauts leading 13-7 here in this throwback matchup. Looks like Fernandez back deep to return for the Argonauts. Flag on the play. Most likely a delay of game. At this point, Mariners just letting that clock run out as much as they can. So a designed delay of game. Argonaut crowd feeling it right now. The snap. Punt is away high, booming punt. Not going to be fielded. Lands at about the 30 and takes a nice Mariner bounce all the way back to the Argonaut 10.5-yard line. So a beautiful punt. Argonauts have 43 seconds to work with here in the first half.
Good possession of the ball on the 11-yard line. First and 10.
So first and 10 here for the Argos. So let's see what they do here. Again, Argos, more of a running team than a passing team, but Brandon Roth is not a bad quarterback. So let's see if they try to take some shots deep downfield to get in the scoring position. 43 seconds is a lot of time. Argonauts with 2 timeouts left, so keep that in mind. Roth joined in the backfield by Reyes. Roth just hands the ball off to Reyes. He takes it to the right side. Gets a nice gain on the play, gain of about 6 yards. Calling it a gain of 7. We're just going to get the clock ran out here as we're going to head into halftime. The Argonauts 13, the Mariners 7 here at Michael Mansour Stadium. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back in about 15 minutes or so. You are tuned in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday on a Thursday. I am David Mora. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field. Welcome the Argonauts. The marching Argonauts are under David Tolentino, assistant drum major Cody Conatel, captain Kitlali Gomez, woodwind captain Adriana Blude, Maryland New Wind flute section leader Matthew New Wind, and song section leader.
Hold on, bro. You hold this. I know it's kind of dirty. I'm gonna be outside.
Drum majors Joe Jaggers, David Tolentino. Is your band complete their salute? Garden Grove High School is proud to present the Marching Argonauts.
That was a beautiful performance there by the Garden Grove High School Argonaut Marching Band here on Garden Grove Unified School District High School Football Friday. But on a Thursday, you also get a halftime show. We are one of the only school districts who have a live streaming program like this. Not to toot our own horn, but that's what you get here at Garden Grove Unified. Again, we will be back with you in just 8 minutes. The Argonauts leading the Mariners 13-7 in this matchup of old school Garden Grove League rivals.
Next, the Garden Grove collaborative musical is The Little Mermaid Jr. under the direction of Chrissy Long, Emily Turner, Bree Belton, and Amanda Mitten. Please enjoy an excerpt from the show featuring the Pacifica High School dance team and special guests. The show is October 12th and 13th at Pacifica High School.
So not only do you get a halftime show, but you get Coach Castellanos, who I went to high school with, proposing to his girlfriend, and he has himself a fiance. Congratulations. I believe that's Carlos and Mario. Mario's here as well. Both of them coaches at Marina High School, but graduates of Rancho Alamitos. Beautiful. We were able to bring that moment. If you want this recording, buddy, I'll sell it to you. 40 bucks. We'll get you the HQ version. But congratulations. Beautiful. Actually, that's Mario. So congratulations, Mario. Not Carlos, Mario. Congratulations. So we are about 2 minutes away from resuming the action here at Michael Mansour Stadium. The Argonauts with a 6-point lead over the Mariners here. Both teams with a little bit of penalty trouble there in the first half. Both will need to clean it up coming out of halftime. The excitement is still out there on the field, and I'm sure both teams are excited to get back out here in just a few minutes. Mariners already out here warming up, waiting on the Argonauts to get out here onto the field. There's a heavy dose of Pablo Reyes there in the first half for the Argonauts, a nice dose of Noah Salas for the Mariners. On defense, beautiful job there by Jason Olmedo. So here come the Argonauts now back onto the field. Both coaches, I'm sure, making some adjustments at halftime, telling their athletes to stay mentally calm in this game. They've had a few major penalties that have extended drives for both teams. So I'm sure they're going to want to clean that up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pacifica and Argonauts have taken the field. A little less than 3 minutes until the start of the second half of the game. If you haven't hit the snack bar, do so quickly.
PA announcer talking about the snack bar.
South side of our wonderful view.
Tell you what, I really wish I could go to this snack bar right now, because like a chubby cartoon bear says, my tummy is rumbly bumbly right now. Anyway, snack bar food is really good, so if you're ever out to these stadiums and you're watching a game, head to the snack bar. And I believe Mario's fiance's name is Laura. She's a teacher here at Garden Grove with sons who go to Pacifica, so she's got double ties here. But it's such a beautiful moment. Mario and Carlos are both amazing, amazing men. Both wonderful guys, both great guys. I went to elementary school with both of them back at Bryant Elementary, so I've known them for a while. That excitement's it's not gonna die down anytime soon, but it's just a start. I'm gonna love it, man. It's gonna be beautiful. Just here, hanging out, relaxing until the action begins. Referees added another few minutes to the clock, so the Argonauts could warm up. Shout out to everyone who has participated in the chat. I see you now that I have it open. Again, feel free to pass this along. Share it with everybody. There was a proposal at halftime, so you can watch it after. At least part of it. A band performance. It's a very good setup there also to make it happen. If you didn't know what happened, so Garden Grove and Pacifica are doing a play together, tag team. So after the little performance, it was a little banner that said something, something, will you marry me? I didn't know what was going on until I looked down, I saw it, and then I moved the camera and got it a little bit. Earlier today here on this field, the freshman game between these two teams, the Mariners defeating the Argonauts, defeating the Argonauts 19-6. Congratulations to Coach Franzman, longtime Pacifica community member. Coach Franzman went to Pacifica, played football at Pacifica, and has been coaching in one way, shape, or form for probably 30 years now, maybe even more. Also a part of, and I didn't even get to mention this, he's a part of the coaching staff with Coach Arduino. The Mariners softball team winning yet another championship in softball. Now, I don't care what anyone says, and I will argue with anyone. The Pacifica Mariners softball program is the best program in Orange County, and it's not even close. And they proved that this year. So here we go as we get ready for the action. And we're going to have to go back to our game mode here. Argonauts kicking off the ball. Ball received by the Mariners, taken to the right side. Not that much gained. It looks like Zach Haas on the return. It's going to be first down for the Mariners. Like I said, the Mariners softball program, not only one of the top in Orange County, but one of the top in the state. And a nationally known and nationally recognized program. Many of those athletes go on to play Division I softball. Of course, Alyssa Brito at Oklahoma. And Deja Molapola, catcher for the U.S. Olympic team. Salas completes that pass to Blinton Duplish, who looks to pick up the first down for the Mariners. Mariners getting that ball to the 29-yard line. Want to give a shout out to Coach Kev. How's it going, Coach? Thanks for tuning in. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Fakes a handoff, takes it to the left side, up the side of the field, and gets a nice gain on that play. Looks like he picked up the first down, or close to it, gain of about 8 yards on the play. Mariners rolling early here in the third quarter. Ooh-ah, Coach. Mariners getting ready to run this second down play. Salas takes the snap, keeps it for himself, driven back, still on his feet, avoids some tackles, picks up the first down, and gets eaten up by the turf monster, but not before picking up the first down for the Mariners. Salas maybe tweaking an ankle a little bit there on that run, but getting the first down. Mariners getting close to Argonaut territory. Ball on the 47-yard line. Salas hands off to Johnson, who gets met immediately by some Argonauts there in the backfield and rolls to gain a few yards. Actually, they're going to give him maybe a yard and a half, 2 yards on the play. Looks like that'll bring up second down here for the Mariners. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Fakes the handoff. Has a man open in the middle. That's number 5. That's going to be actually incomplete. Looked like he had it. Christian Shockley not able to bring it down and haul it in. And he may have taken a hit on that play. He gets up, walking off on his own power there, so that's good to see. It's going to be a referee timeout here. So there we go. Now they finally changed the down markers, so that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Mariners from just shy of the 50-yard line here as they look to get back into this game and tie it up here on this drive. Salas takes the snap, drops back to pass, takes a big hit. That ball's on the ground, but recovered by the Mariners. Looks like that was number 16, I believe, Jose Fernandez with a big thump on Salas. It's going to bring up 4th down. It's going to be a loss of about 7 yards on the play, 6 yards on the play. The Mariners will punt the ball away on their first drive of the second half. The Argonaut defense coming up big right there, setting the tone here. Fernandez back to receive for the Argonauts. That kick not going to be returned. Takes a Mariner bounce. Going to be down at about the, call it the 22, 23-yard line. It's going to bring up a 1st down for the Argonauts.
Argonauts are going to take possession of the ball on the 23-yard line.
Going to call it the 23-yard line. Argonauts now getting the ball for the first time in the second half. Mariners took about 3.5 minutes off the clock here. Only 3 possessions for each team there in the first half. Handoff to Fernandez, who takes it around the right side, and nothing doing on that one. Loses maybe a yard or 2. It's going to bring up 2nd down here for the Argonauts.
No gain in yardage, 2nd and 10.
Actually, no. That's actually no gain, so 2nd and 10. Mariners reading that play beautifully. Roth with the pass over to Fernandez. That's complete. He's going to get nowhere. Mariners doing another great job of reading that play, and another mental mistake there. It looks like that's going to be on the Mariners. Early guess, maybe a late hit, personal foul. Now this game is eerily similar to the 2014 game. The Argonauts had a 14-7 lead going into the 4th quarter. That was the year they won the CIF championship, mind you. Mariners ended up going 2-8 that year, but they played the Argonauts hard, and it was final score was 21-7, but it was a lot closer than that final score would indicate. That's going to give the Argos some better field position, as that ball's going to be moved up to the 40-yard line, and it will be a 1st down. So that game in 2014 played out similarly to this one. Very close. Hand off to Reyes, who takes it up the middle. Gets a good push and a gain of about 5 yards on the play. 2nd down here for the Argos. So that was a really good game. I was out on the sideline there as the equipment manager, and not many would have given Pacifica the chance to kind of keep it that close, and they did a really good job. And that game was winnable up until the last quarter there. And Grove just took a nice big play, a big run. I want to say it was Jordan Antonez, and I might be wrong, but whoever the running back was sealed it for the Argonauts. Roth getting ready to take the snap here. Hands off to Reyes. He goes up the middle. Gain of about 4 yards, 4.5 yards. It's close to the first down. And actually just short of the first down. Going to be about 3rd and 1 here. You know, I mentioned earlier the Argonauts always with a beautiful run game. And, you know, they do it with a somewhat spread offense, right, out of the shotgun, running the ball well. Most of the other Garden Grove League teams, La Quinta, Santiago, you know, they run kind of like I would say a full house kind of offense, a wishbone offense. Beautiful old school football. I love covering those games. Roth takes the snap, hands off to Reyes again. Hey, if it's not broke, why fix it? And he's going to be very close to the first down. It all depends on where they spot this ball. And it looks like he's going to be just short. We're talking by the hairs of his chin short on this one. Not even a yard to go. We're talking about, actually, no, they gave it to him. There we go. First down at the 50-yard line. Argonauts trending in the right way. You go first down for the Argonauts from the 50-yard line. Peya in motion. Roth takes the snap, keeps it himself, goes up the middle. Nothing on that play as he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up second down and about 9 here for the Argonauts. They say no gain in yardage, but it looks like the down marker is just a skosh ahead of the chains there. Actually, he moved back. So second down and 10 here for the Argonauts. 5 minutes and 37 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Both teams really doing a good job of clock management here. Now, Argos, if they can score here, that's going to be to their advantage because they're able to milk a lot of time off the clock already with about 3 minutes on this drive and counting. The second down here. Roth getting ready to take the snap. Hand up to Reyes up the middle. Gain of about 6 yards on the play. That's going to bring up about 3rd and 4. So third down here for the Argos. Roth getting ready to take the snap. Hands off to Reyes, who gets the first down and to the second level. Beautiful gain, still on his feet. That's a hard kid to take down. And finally brought down after about 15 yards. That's a beautiful gain there by Pablo Reyes to extend this Argo drive. And they're now into Mariner territory there at the 28-yard line. So Argonaut crowd now getting riled up. Roth getting ready to take the snap. Peya in motion. Hand off to Reyes, of course, why not? No gain on that play. Can bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Argonauts. Another nice run there by Reyes, who's doing a good job. It's going to be a first down from the 16-yard line. Oh, ignore that. That is not a touchdown, so we're going to have to fix that. Trying to fix our scoreboard here, our scoreboard camera. Pardon me while I do that. And that's going to be as good as it gets there. It's going to bring up 2nd down for the Argonauts after that loss of 3. And we are now joined by the principals of our 2 schools here as we get them mic'd up. And we'll get the microphones unmuted here. So here we go. Can you both hear me?
Yes, hello.
There we go. So you want to introduce yourselves here?
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Hibbard, principal at Garden Grove High School.
And I'm Steve Osborne, principal at Pacifica.
As we just have a touchdown pass for the Argos.
All right.
As they are going to extend
Good
this
job.
lead. Now, Mary Jane, you were at Pacifica at one point, right?
Yes, I was at Pacifica.
Steve, you were at Garden Grove at one point.
Yes.
So this is even more special. Used to be the principal here. You were at principal at Pacifica. Where you were? Or
I
AP?
was principal for 5 years.
There you go. So beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, the connections, right? It's awesome to see.
That's true.
It's nice to be here because we're at a football game, but it's the people that matter here, and in addition to the fun of being here at the football game, just it's like a reunion of seeing all the staff and the coaches and the marriage proposal that we just saw at halftime.
So Mario.
Yeah.
Rancho graduate,
Yes.
class of 2004. I went to school with him, so yeah, that was awesome to see. And of course, his fiance, student at Pacifica, she works here. So
She's the cheer coach.
There you go.
Yeah.
The connections are just everywhere.
It's family
awesome.
here.
Yeah.
You know, in Garden Grove, that's
Yeah.
what we are, is we're family.
As that extra point is going to fall incomplete, the score is going to remain 19-7. But yeah, no, it's awesome. You know, I was just thinking, Steve, when you emailed me yesterday that you 2 wanted to come up, I'm like, you know what, that's perfect. I mean, just that connection of both of you being here, and Mary Jane, this being your first year here.
Yeah,
and
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Just to be able to get this classic matchup. We talk about how special it is when, our schools who haven't played each other in a long time just come back, and of course they haven't played each other since 2017. And just talking about both schools, like relative success in not only athletics and academics and just all around, and seeing them come together to perform the play. I mean, it's more than just, like you said, it's more than just a football game. It seems like now there's that Pacifica Garden Grove connection even more than before.
Absolutely. In fact, I've got to say, I feel like the luckiest person in the world, having spent 8 years at Grove, all of the academic and athletic successes there, and now I get to go to Pacifica where you have all these amazing successes as well.
Yeah.
So I feel very fortunate.
It is kind of amazing when you think about it that we've had such parallel opportunities to spend with our 2 schools. They're really great schools. It's amazing.
And it's just really good to see like I said, like this matchup just come back. Like I'm hoping in a few years we get the Garden Grove Rancho matchup. It was one of the longest running rivalries before that ended a few years ago. We were talking about the whole new re-leaguing thing is probably gonna blow everything up, and
we think things are going to look really different next year. We don't know who will be playing. It'll be exciting.
Yeah.
A whole new adventure.
Exactly, right? That's what Coach Stewart from La Quinta talked. He said it's exciting. It's kind of it's kind of bittersweet, right? You're not going to be able to see the same coaches that you've seen every year, and you're going to be branching out, and you don't know who you're going to play, and you might play the same teams, and you might not, as the Mariners get that completion and a first down as they start their third drive of their second drive of the half on a good note.
Yeah, I've got to say, like you and Ms. Hibbert were just saying, it'll be fun playing new schools and having new routines next year. But just like you also said, Garden Grove is a family, and I always really loved having a Garden Grove League in the Garden Grove District and getting to visit with my friends and colleagues as principals every week all year. I loved that environment.
And it gives you that really small town feel when you're able to do that, right? Like the Garden Grove League's been around since 1966, and for it to just be around that long, and all of a sudden now you're not going to get the La Quintas and the Bolsas and the Santiagos and Los Amigos. We've kind of, had it with the removal of the Pacifica Rancho and the Garden Grove Rancho and the Garden Grove Pacifica, but to see it all completely just go away, it's kind of, it's bittersweet.
Well, and so many of the kids grew up together. So to see them on the field playing each other and then walking off the field shaking hands, that is an amazing thing to see.
Yeah. So tell us, a little bit about each of your schools and how it's kind of started this year so far, and what you're all looking forward to.
Well, I'll go first. So it has been a great start here at Garden Grove High School, and it's been so fun. We've been meeting with all the classes and just meeting with each grade level and getting to see the students and letting them get to know us. This is an amazing school, an amazing staff. The kids have been great, and I'm really excited to really get going on the school year.
Yeah, and we had some activities, especially for our ninth graders, spirit activities and what we call Mariner Field Day, where the ninth grade students could come out and kind of build a sense of community together. And then we had separate assemblies that were more about school expectations and school norms. But the kind of fun activities that we had last week during tutorial for the ninth graders, I think really gave them a good sense of feeling good and safe at school, feeling like they're part of a Mariner community. We did things like a balloon animal contest with the little balloons that you'd see at a carnival, and some Jenga contests and games like that you might say, oh, well, why aren't they doing math or English? They were that day. We had that too. But we do those kinds of emotionally satisfying kind of activities so the kids are ready to do the rigorous work. And when we came back from COVID, it was really challenging to be back at school with 1,600 kids in one place, all dealing with the pressures of school. So we're real proud of those opening activities that we had for our students last week.
Well, and I don't know about what you're seeing, but it seems like students are really readjusting to school, and it really feels like the normal start to the school year after a few really wacky years. It's been so nice to see students back in classes and just on campus at breaks and at lunch, out on the field, already getting involved. We've got Club Rush coming up, so there'll be lots of ways for kids to get involved, a dance coming up. So just a lot of normal things happening like you expect to see in a school, which is great.
And one thing that I didn't bring up was the fact that the first week of football started with the first week of school. Now, the last few years, you kind of had that first week and then no school. So I think it works out better when you have everything going on at the same time. You said you build that community and you get people interested in going out to the games. And wow, that's the end. That was the end of the third quarter. We're already in the fourth quarter. Like I said earlier, ball control by the Argonauts has really helped milk that clock. But yeah, it's really cool, and it's good to see like the different things, like the different. It's not just all about academics, because it can be overwhelming at times. I remember being in school and looking at the students now and all of the wonderful resources they have. It's like night and day, and it's great to see because it allows kids to really be well-rounded and shows them that you're more than just a test score or a grade. Like you're a human, you're a person with feelings. Like we understand your stresses and your anxieties, and to be able to open up and welcome them in and talk to them about different things, and you develop that connection beyond just, hey, here's where I go to school. And do the work, right?
Well, and when students are involved and they're involved in activities, we know they do better in their classes, they have higher grades. So that connection to the community is so important.
One of the things I found when we came back 2 years ago from COVID, a year to a year and a half of distance learning for most of our students, after that period of isolation, being back with 1,600 students and being asked to talk in class and participate and listen and speak carefully, it was pretty jarring for many of our students. It was a totally different way of living. And I think it's taken a few years for our students to feel really comfortable in class again, to where they can listen and speak about rigorous content and feel good doing it.
And of course, the late start is really meant to kind of help the students a little bit more, talking about getting the good sleep and the good night's rest, and kind of pushing that school day up. How have you seen it kind of impact the classrooms and the campus?
I'll admit that at the beginning I thought, well, they're probably just going to play video games later and wake up later. And I wasn't sure how it would impact athletics. I think now that we've installed the lighting systems at all of our schools, practice times are fine. And frankly, to me, it's felt like a real seamless transition. After school practices are going well. We're coordinating with other districts on start times, which is a little hard being involved in many other school districts compared to the days when it was all Garden Grove League and Garden Grove District. But I think overall it's gone.
I would agree. I expected it to be a little more difficult of a transition, but it was seamless, like you said, and we sort of forgot what it was like to start at 8 o'clock, and now 8:30 is what we do.
One thing that's unique here in Garden Grove is the 7th and 8th graders. They're already starting later, right? 8:25 start or so like that. So for them, I'm sure that transition from going to school at 8:25 and now you're their freshman year, on top of everything else, you have to wake up a half hour early. So I'm sure for them it was such a great change, and I'm sure you see a lot of change even in the freshman students coming in.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're seeing an increase in kids getting to class on time and not being late. Yeah. That's a huge piece, and that's so important that they're there on time every day.
Exactly, yeah. Every minute matters, right?
Every minute matters, yep.
And I think that my thought that they'd be playing video games and watching TV a little later and just waking up later, I don't think that's played out at all. I think kids are just getting a little more sleep too, and that was the whole point of the law, was get the sleep that the teenagers need. Their brains are developing, they're growing. You eat well, you get a lot of sleep, and you're going to learn more, and you're going to enjoy the experiences more.
At least for me, I thought that just because that's how I am, right? When you get that little bit of time, it's like, oh, I can stay up an hour later. I get to sleep in for an hour later, but I think these students have a good head on their shoulders, and they're using it wisely, and they're mature enough to handle that extra time, and to like you guys said, just use it in the right way and get that extra sleep. And I'm sure, like you said, a lot of students are participating in clubs and athletics, band, dance, drama. There's no time for them to they're already tired, so they're really taking advantage of it. We have second down. We haven't moved the downs over to Garden Grove. It's Garden Grove ball. And second down, as we are having a discussion here with the principals of Garden Grove and Pacifica High Schools. It's always awesome to get guests in here and to chat it up and to talk. We're always business when we're kind of at the schools, and we get little chances here and there to talk. So to be able to have these conversations is awesome.
Yeah, it is nice.
I have to admit, even though I really loved running into all of my colleagues and friends from Grove, I still would like to win the football game. And our first drive was an amazing drive at the start of the game. I'd like us to have as strong a drive as that one, because we've been a little stuck in the mud for a while here. So I've got to get our Mariners fired up here for the last 9
there you go. Like, see, I'm wearing blue. I'm only wearing blue because I don't have green shoes, or else I'd have to. Now, deep down, the cynic in me, if they tie 0-0, that's fine. That's okay. But someone does have to win. And subjectively, I think the Garden Grove football program, for many years, and this year, as well, they're tough. As you know, Steve, it's just been year after year of the next students come up. And there's another running back here with number 28. It seems like that number 28 here in the backfield for Garden Grove has always paid dividends, no matter who it is. I believe Mikey Carrillo maybe wore 28. Jordan Antonez, I think, maybe 28 or 21. But just the history, that recent history of Garden Grove. And Pacifica had that run, and overall, beautiful football program. Maybe a little bit down right now, but I still think there's plenty of time. Plenty of time on the clock here. And I've
Well,
seen
maybe
these
not
games
too
before.
much time because I have to admit, I really like to win.
Yeah.
We're both in
And
the
so
booth.
I'm really
know,
okay
and
with the
it-
score the way it is right now. And
you
we
know.
could even, maybe score another one. That'd be okay.
We welcome that up here. We like the spirit of competition up here.
Absolutely.
We definitely like it. We welcome, and it's like you say, it's all in good fun, right?
Absolutely.
As long as everyone's out there, and a beautiful run there. I believe that's Roth on the carry. He called his own number there. It's going to be a first down for the Argos.
Brandon Roth plays a hole, gets himself another 15 yards.
15 yards on that play. So Argos again milking this clock here. But yeah, we all want to win, right? Like I said, if I'm more of a green and gold person myself, so yeah. See that? I know you went. So it's funny. When I was in high school, my freshman year, I didn't go to Rancho. I went to Los Amigos, but Rancho got a new principal that year from
Right.
Garden Grove, Mr. Campbell.
That's right.
So it seems like that's the natural
yes.
switch, right?
Kind of moving back and forth. Yes. And I was at Rancho. Now I'm at Grove.
Yeah, there
so
you go. Yeah. I'm sure they miss you over there at Rancho, but they've got you, Linda, now, who was over at Pacifica last year. So everything's just
Very connected.
Intertwined.
Yep.
Mrs. Giuliani was a counselor when I was at Grove, and it comes back to that small town feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in the district long enough, you meet a lot of people, and if you change schools, it seems like in a couple of years you're going to be back together at whatever new school.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have
Your
such
son.
great teams and great administrators who work together, and that makes it easy when you move around.
And then all of the collaboration that goes on in our district, a lot of PDs where everyone sees everyone, and you
That's
start
true.
getting to see people and know people, and people stick around here. You have Jason Parra, who runs the stadium crew. I've known him since I was 7 years
That's right,
old,
yeah.
since I was a student. So it's awesome. And working here for the past 16 years and seeing everyone who I saw when I was a kid around campus and I like to tell my teachers when I see them, hey, I remember I had you way back in 2000. It's not getting as funny anymore because now I'm starting to feel, that 40 creeping up on me. And once you hit that, it's not as funny to joke around about.
Right.
But it's still awesome to see the fact that people they stay here for a long time. And
Such a good place to
yeah,
be.
they don't go anywhere. It's
No.
and it's Garden Grove has maybe 200,000 people in it. The last time it was years ago that I checked, but to have a small town feel with that many residents, it's really special.
Yeah, it is. It's
You know,
unique.
what's nice about what we do is we were just saying we see each other at games, we see each other at district meetings and PD, as you were saying, David. But that's not enough, and I've got to give Mary Jane some credit because she organizes our principals' breakfasts. We have a breakfast once a month, and we talk every Friday morning on Zoom. And her leadership has provided us even more time to get to check in with one another. And I always can't wait to have those check-in times with everybody.
That's
So
nice,
thank you.
Steve. I agree. I think because we have collaboration built in for our teachers, but it's important for our administrators as well.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things I think that came out of the pandemic for me personally is just how important it is to work with other people and talk through things together and have that ongoing collaboration. And I look forward to those Friday meetings too.
And it only helps everyone grow, right?
Yeah.
The newer principals can kind of hear from the folks who have been through it, and you get that advice and you feel comfortable. When you feel overwhelmed and anxious, you get into that group and you're like, okay, I'm not the only one feeling this. I'm not the only one going through it, especially for the
Exactly.
newer principals who might be like, I'm in over my head. It's like, no,
Right.
you're not. You'll get the hang of it.
It was funny, though. Obviously, there was a lot of uncertainty with COVID, and so those Friday Zoom meetings that we held, we got to problem solve together. And when COVID was over, or at least when remote learning and distance learning was over and we were back at schools, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to miss my Friday Zooms. I love my Friday Zooms.
Yeah.
And then Mary Jane, being the brilliant person she is, said we don't have to stop our Friday Zooms, everybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I look forward to them every week.
So yeah, some good stuff did come out of those
I would
dark
say that
ages,
was something
right?
really good that came out of it.
Another thing, like we do a lot more videos now, right? So
That's
like
true.
a lot of the things that we used to do at the board meetings, Simon Scholars, the valedictorians. So being able to go out to campuses, and I'll be over here in a few weeks
That's
for,
right.
for
For
Simon
Simon Scholars, yeah.
and just going out and doing the valedictorian stuff. It actually helped us grow even as a communications department to kind of give people a different experience since we couldn't give them that traditional, education experience. All right, we got to figure out ways to do it, and a lot of that stuff has carried over. as the Argos will be punting the ball away here. Roth with a nice run on 3rd down, but not enough to get the 1st down.
Well, Ms. Hibbard, 5 minutes to go. Probably a pretty important possession. I'm hoping for good things, even though we're good friends. Sorry, this is a big one for us right here.
All right, we'll see. We'll see, Mr. Osborne. We'll see.
This could be the drive of the game here if Pacifica can get down into the end zone and extend this a little bit. They already proved to be able to get that onside kick with that surprise in the 1st half. Now, I mentioned earlier, first time ever tonight, Los Amigos on-campus football game. So they got
with
their
the new
lights
field.
with their new field.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, and of course, Mr. Todd Nurk, who was here last year, who you replaced.
He was here at Grove, that's right.
He's over there with his second quote-unquote stadium opening, as we have a flag on the field.
Might be pass interference, I believe.
That would be very beneficial to the Mariners if they can get this big batch of free yards here.
So as much as we communicate, being outside the Garden Grove League, I'm a little out of touch with things. Los had a varsity football game tonight?
Varsity football,
at Los.
Both of you outside of the Garden Grove League, actually, yeah.
That's true.
I didn't
Yes,
even know they did
tonight,
that.
Los Amigos is hosting San Bernardino High School on campus. They started that game at 6 o'clock, and they're actually playing 2 on-campus games this year. So exciting.
So that must be a first.
That's a first.
Yeah,
that's the first
okay.
time, and we believe so. So Dave Mameli and I, we believe that that's the first time a varsity game has been held outside of the confines of One Source Stadium and Bolsa Stadium for our schools, and that's awesome because you get that real community feel, right? Especially Los Amigos being a little further down south, you might not get as many students to come out here, and it's right there in their backyard. You might get a little bit more.
I think that's a super important point, and I've been fortunate enough to work both at Bolsa and at Grove. And so for our home games, they are community games. You draw a big crowd, and you also draw a lot of students from the intermediate schools. And so now having to travel across town a bit for our games, it's a little harder for all of the students to make it to our games, but they figure it out.
That completion to Zach Haas gets the Mariners very close to a 1st down. And and like you said, you bring up the intermediate school students. It builds that community early on to get those kids interested in not only in the athletics, but to understand the culture of the school and the environment and just what to expect. I know when I was a kid, I spent a lot of time at Rancho and at Rancho games, and for me and my friends who were able to do that, we felt a different pride in going to school and being there. So it builds, that good community.
Well, and for me, this is my first game as the principal of Grove, at Grove, and it really does feel different when you live here.
Yeah.
You live here, and your students are here, and your staff is here, and it's so easy, and it has such a different feel than when I've had to drive to the field from another school.
Yeah.
And there's so much pride.
You get to walk right out of the back door of the office.
Yeah.
You see the stadium right there, like, oh, I'm here already.
That's right.
Yeah. And of course, in a perfect world, we'd have 7 stadiums. It's one of those things. Some of our campuses aren't large enough to hold the stadiums, but I still miss the old stadiums. You grow accustomed to these. A lot of people look at them as like probably the dregs and just ugly and dilapidated, but they had their special charm. Bolsa, when I was in school, I would draw Bolsa Stadium probably once a week when I was in elementary school, and football was my thing. So to see it, taken down and built up, and it's beautiful. It's a nice stadium, don't get me wrong, but just having that grass and just I remember the bleachers were blue, white, and red for the longest time before they painted them all white. And the little press boxes, but on both sides, and each of the stadiums had their little charms to them. But these stadiums, beautiful, really nice, and very well deserved, and a bonus for the communities.
Boy, that's funny when I hear you talk about press boxes on both sides. When we first built this stadium, and I was here when we built it, I'm distracted by the play.
Ooh, incomplete pass there.
But I was wondering if this would work. I was thinking a big press box on one side, is this going to work? And maybe I'm a creature of habit, I know I am, but it's worked out great. In fact, these 3 sections here, the one that we're in, and then the 2 sections for the coaches, as well as the middle area for the gentlemen calling the game. It's just beautiful. Fantastic facility.
Yeah, like for me, when I was a kid, I would always look at what stadiums look like, and then as the years go by, you start seeing them. You know, the visiting side would get smaller, and the press box would just be on the home side, and that's the norm now. You know, it's like you're used to it now. But yeah, the press boxes. I think the old press boxes were the size of this room that we're in right now, on both sides. They were not big at all, and
It's a small room, yeah.
I remember being an athletic attendant and having to take tables up to the top at Pulsa, and you're climbing up the ladder, and you're swaying back and forth a good 3 or 4 inches, and it's
that's nerve-wracking. I don't know.
It was. So no, it's good to have a nice big press box, like you said, 3 different sections and great lighting. You know, they're not made out of wood. You know, so they're sturdy. Looks like it's 3rd down here for the Mariners. Salas drops back to pass, rolls out to his right, being pursued by some Argos, stays on his feet, runs it, keeps it himself, gets a nice gain, maybe about 10 yards on the play, and there's going to be a flag. Salas gets up, maybe a little bit shaken, but he's walking off on his own. It's good to see. Of course, football, a very physical game. Sometimes hard to stop yourself and hard to listen, you know, hear when that whistle blows.
He's an amazing basketball player, too. Lightning fast, beautiful left-handed shot. He flies around the court and makes shots from wherever he wants.
And one thing we always bring up is the fact that our students, our athletes, they're multi-sport athletes. They're not just playing one sport. They're not just specializing. There's a lot of basketball and football players, wrestling, football for the schools that have wrestling, and track and field, baseball. Well, that's good to see. And last year we broadcast a lot of basketball games and just recognizing the names. And it's like, hey, we saw this name in the fall, and here they are in the winter time. Penalty looks like it was against the Argos, so that's going to be a 1st down there for the Mariners. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left, so we're gonna let you two get down there, enjoy the last few minutes of the game. Hopefully it's happy for one of you, and I'm sure it will be. I don't think there's going to be a tie at the end here, unless something crazy happens. But thank you for joining us.
Thank you, David.
I look forward to working with both of you this school year, and we appreciate you.
Sounds great.
Of course.
Thanks.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank
Good night.
you, David. This was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Great
Thank you.
job.
So here we go. It's going to be 1st down for the Mariners, 19-7, down by 12 here. Still plenty of ball game left to be played. This game is not done yet. Of course, the Mariners getting an onside kick. Getting an onside kick to start this game. Salas takes the snap, looks to pass, has a man open. That's Zach Haas, who eludes one defender, still on his feet, and brought down by number 5 from behind. That's Ruben Torres on the tackle, but that's going to be a 1st down for the Mariners as they're now in the red zone looking to knock on the end zone's door here. So it looks like we're going to have a nice finish here at Monsoor Stadium. We wouldn't want it any other way, this classic Garden Grove League matchup. Argonauts holding on to a 12-point lead, but that's not as large as one may seem. It's only a 2-score game here for the Mariners, as they line up here for this 1st down play, 1st and 10 from the 16, 17-yard line. Call it the 16-yard line. Salas getting ready to take the snap. Drops back to pass, looks to his left, has a man in the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for the Mariners. Beautiful pass and catch there. 19-13. Let's see if we can get that replay brought up really quick. As you see here, Salas takes that snap, immediately looks over to his left, has a man right over the middle. Mariners now within 6 points as they get ready to kick this PAT. This game is changed here. The complexion has changed. 19-13, Argonauts on top. Let's see if the Mariners can tack on this extra point. The extra point is good. We have a 5-point ball game on our hands. 19-14. 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in this game. We have ourselves a nail biter here. Mariners need to control the clock for themselves here. Stop this Argo offense, who has done an amazing job controlling the clock tonight. Rushing the ball up and down the field, so the Mariner run game really has to step up here. Mariners run defense really has to step up here and stop the Argonauts from running this clock out. Now let's see if they try for the onside kick. They did get one, like I said, to start the game. Very first opening kickoff was an onside. Mariners have all of their timeouts left, so that's huge. And they actually just used one right now to discuss what they're going to do on this kickoff. Argonauts with 2 timeouts, but I can almost guarantee you that they are not going to be looking to use theirs, especially on this drive. Expect a healthy dose of run game here, so they can try and run this clock out. Both stands still packed. No reason to leave this game, especially now that the Mariners have pulled to within 5 points. So here we go. Both teams, or at least the Argonauts, expecting the onside kick here. So here we go. 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Argonauts holding on to a 5-point lead. Mariners getting back into it late here. They were shut out for a good part of 20 minutes here in the second half before being able to break through and get back into this game. McLaughlin ready to kick the ball here. Some shuffling going on the Mariner kickoff team here. And it's an onside kick, and it's going to be recovered by the Argonauts. Kicked it just a little bit too hard. It's going to be a first down for the Argonauts. So first down here for the Argonauts, 2 minutes and 42 seconds left to go. A few first downs will seal it here. Mariners with 2 timeouts left. Argonauts not having a hard time moving the ball down the field. Haven't really scored a lot, but they have been able to pick up large chunks of yardage. Expect a lot of handoffs to Pablo Reyes here as Roth gets ready to take the snap. Peña in motion. There it is, handoff to Reyes to the left side, goes up the middle, still on his feet. He's going to get very close to the first down. It looks like he will have the first down. Clock running here, or stop to set the chains. And there we go, the clock is now running, under 2.5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for the Argos from the 50-yard line. Mariners down by 5. Argos looking to put the final nail in the coffin here with a few more first downs. Hand off to Reyes again, right up the middle, still trucking along, picking up about 4 yards. Like they say, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, that's all you need. And right there, 4-yard gain on that first down play brings up 2nd and 6. And it looks like we may have Pacifica taking their second timeout of the half to stop this clock before it gets under 2 minutes. Mariners putting up a very, very good fight here in this game. I predicted that the Argonauts would win by 2 touchdowns last week, but the Mariners coming out here and hanging tough here with the Argonauts. The Argonauts playing probably a little bit better game last week, but of course, Bellflower probably not at the same level as Orange. I can definitely say that. Orange is a very stacked team. A great quarterback over there, a great freshman running back. Mariners proving a lot here tonight under first-year coach Kyle Murphy. He has them ready to play, that's for sure, and they're looking to come back and win this game with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left to go here, and all it's going to take is a nice defensive stand. 2nd and 6 here for the Argonauts. Hand off to Reyes to the left side. Reyes has the first down, pulling a few Mariners with him before he's stopped. And he's going to get that first down. And the clock is going to keep running. Actually, it's going to stop for them to get the chain set. Let's see if the Mariners use their final timeout here or if they wait just a little bit. Ball on the Mariner 38-yard line. Here we go. Let's see what the Argos can do on this first down play. Clock's running close to 1:20. Roth hands off to Peya. Peya breaks 1 tackle and trucks his way to about 3 yards. And let's see if the Mariners use their final timeout here. And they will. So Pacifica stopping the clock with 1 minute and 6 seconds left. Will be second down for the Argonauts. So here we go. Looks like this game is probably going to be well in hand for the Argonauts. They don't even have to get a first down here. If the Mariners get the ball back, it will be with almost no time on the clock, as the Argonauts are going to line up in victory formation and take the knee. And these plays look like they're going to be a formality. The Argonauts are going to improve to 1-1 on the young season. The Mariners are going to drop to 0-2. Mariners next week, I believe they play Glendora at Bolsa Grande Stadium. The Argonauts, I forgot who they play. We do have the schedule. But this is not our last game of the week. Remember, tomorrow, catch us here in the same place at the same time as we bring you Godinez and La Quinta live on Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday on a Friday. I am David Mora, and I thank you for tuning in. Again, the Argonauts victorious 19-14 over the Pacifica Mariners in this classic Garden Grove League matchup. I look forward to seeing both teams in the future, and we will definitely most likely see one of these teams again. Until next time, I thank you for tuning in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday.